Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and today I am with James Merrillees, who's Managing Director of Golden Mile Resources. Now, James, at Golden Mile Resources, you're newcomers to the Resources Roadhouse. We haven't had the pleasure of a visit from you guys before. Now, let's just run us through. You've got a portfolio of projects in Western Australia. Could you just give us a bit of a brief outline of what you've got and possibly what you're doing there at the moment?
Yeah, g'day, Wally. Yeah, thanks for having me along. Pleasure to be here. Yeah, no, I joined Golden Mile back in November last year, really on the back of a very exciting portfolio of exploration projects we've got in Western Australia. Golden Mile's main focus has really been on a package of ground around Leonora, about 230 kilometres north of Kalgoorlie, in what's arguably the most well-endowed gold district globally, with a focus on a project called Benalla, where we're currently drilling, as well as other projects at Ironstone Well and Monarch. But elsewhere in WA, we're excited to announce we've just acquired a project out in the Murchison, which is about 230 kilometres west of Leonora. The project called Yarrambee, which covers a section of the Nandee igneous complex, which is starting to receive quite a bit of attention on the back of companies such as Eldoro recognising the nickel and base metals, the copper, lead, zinc prospectivity of that belt. And we've been fortunate enough to acquire about an 800 square kilometre package of ground over that belt. We're the largest landholder there. Yeah. We announced that about a couple of weeks ago, and on the back of that, we've been able to raise some capital to go and fund a pretty aggressive exploration program out there.
Yeah, you managed to steal a bit of my thunder there, because that was my next line of questioning. But so the Yarrambee project, as you said, you've just acquired that a couple of weeks ago. You made that announcement. So what was it about the project that lured you out there?
Yeah, well, I alluded to the prospectivity of that Nandee land complex, and land complexes are known globally for their prospectivity for copper nickel in particular, as well as base metals. So these volcanogenic massive sulfide or VMS deposits that we know host globally significant amounts of copper, lead, zinc. There's a project called Golden Grove just up the road there, which is well known in the mining community as a very rich, wealthy mine that's been mined for the last 30, 40, 50 years. And this Nandee project has seen, or the Yarrambee project, our Yarrambee project at Nandee's, seen some historical exploration, and a number of prospects have been identified at Nandee, Yalanga Well and Yarrambee itself by historical explorers. But what it hasn't seen is a modern exploration approach, particularly using some of the latest generation of electromagnetic surveys, airborne electromagnetic surveys. And we're pretty excited that we can now, once we've bedded this deal down, we've got an airborne contractor identified, and we'll be out flying a 1,000+ line kilometre survey in the coming months, which we're aiming to light up some of these prospects and identify targets for drilling later in the year. So that's where we're at there, Wally.
So James, you recently completed an $800,000 raising, which is not to be sneezed at. You received a lot of support from your shareholder base, and those funds are to be spent on exploration activities at the new Yarrambee project.
Yeah, we've only raised 800,000. We had a lot of shareholders that wanted to participate, and that raising was done very easily. And look, we're all about building momentum. We've got a really tight capital structure. We've only got, after the raise, under 140 million shares on issue. Very modest market capitalisation. And we're very aware of not diluting our current shareholders, but also building momentum. So future raises we can do at better prices, obviously, and really on the back of some exciting results at Yarrambee, as well as the Leonora gold projects that we're currently drilling on.
All right, I suppose that's quite a good. It's a good way of going about it. I suppose you go to the well, but use a great big bucket to start with. Just take a small dip and get everybody on board and encourage their support, basically.
Yeah, exactly, and really bringing people along for the treasure hunt. We've got, I think, arguably an embarrassment of riches in our portfolio, and for whatever reason, we haven't had a lot of recognition of that. We've got more than 700 square kilometres of ground in the goldfields. Now that's a package of ground that much larger companies would love to have, particularly in the locations adjacent to Kin Mining's Cardinia project, for example, at Benalla, where we've got a 3,000 metre drill program currently underway, following up some really exciting high-grade hits in drilling that the company finished at the end of last year. So projects like that, we start communicating those, building the momentum, getting out there with the drill bit, following up the excellent work our technical team does with a really young and hungry crew on the ground. I'm really excited about the future for Golden Mile.
Yeah, terrific. All right. Well, it sounds like you're busy enough out there. You've got a fair whack of work going on at the moment. So hopefully that sort of turns into a fair whack of news flow as well to come through. So we look forward to seeing all that news come through, and we look forward to bringing it to everybody here at the Resources Roadhouse. So James Merrillees, once again, thanks very much for joining us here.
Yep. Thanks very much, Wally. Cheers.